G'day and welcome to Dave's Model Workshop. Today I want to talk to you about what got you into modelling, what hooked you on modelling. And the reason that this came up is that about a week and a half ago, I went to Metro Hobbies here in Melbourne and I bought this bad boy, the German 88mm gun flak. I have wanted this model since about 1983. It's amazing. It's just, how cool is that? How cool is that? I mean, Tamiya box art is just the best. That is just stunning box art. I'm a bit of a Tamiya fanboy, I won't deny it. I always have been. But that to me, that box art, it's dramatic, it's detailed, stunning. I've always loved their box art. But yeah, I've wanted this since about 1983. Went to Metro Hobbies, it was there for $29, $30, and I thought, you know what, screw it, I'm going to get it. So I bought it, and it's a 1970s era kit. Look at that, that's so cool. So cool. And look at the other stuff you can buy. So 70s, I absolutely love it. It's the best. So yeah, bought this. I'll show you quickly inside. The instructions, I believe, probably haven't been updated. Oh no, they have. I lie, sorry. They have been updated since the 1980s. So, a whole bunch of history, which is great. Construction of the motorcycle. Construction of the gun. I'm not going to do a box review because that's not really my shtick. If you guys want to see a box review, I'm sure there's already one out there on YouTube. But what I love about it is it's incredibly detailed. The limber in particular just still seems tremendously contemporary. It's really, the detail on that is still up to date, I would say. The motorcycle, yeah, look, it's your standard Tamiya motorcycle parts. The figures, I guess, are really the big letdown for this kit. The figures feel very 1980s. Try and get it nice and close for you there. So you can just see the faces, the hands, they're a bit toy-like. And look, at the time, in 1983, or whenever I first saw this kit, these were so much better than anything else out there. But let's try and get a bit less flare there. Yeah, you look at them today, and they're just a bit cartoonish. That face there. There's not a lot to work with there. And that's fine, The gun itself is what I'm excited about. And I'm already planning a diorama. Here's the update that I mentioned earlier. So, a couple of the pieces are a bit less heat it with a screwdriver, and instead you now have some more up-to-date pieces. Same here, don't heat it with a screwdriver, use these new bits. So that's great, points for that. What did I pay for this? I paid $29.99. I'll show you what else I bought that day. As you can see, a couple of birthday presents for 5-year-olds and some paints for me. So yeah, look, I'm really excited to finally have bought this, and $29.95, $29.99. I'm excited to finally have this guy in my build stash. But it got me thinking, I've been waiting 30-something years, 34, 35 years before I bought this. I'm sure there's heaps of photo-etched, up detailing stuff that's available out there. I don't think I'm going to stuff around with that. But yeah, having waited so long, it got me thinking, what was it like, what did I fall in love with really early on in modelling? And like I said, I've always been a bit of a Tamiya fanboy. I can remember being about 10 in about 1983, and we went to some kind of toy store on a holiday in New Zealand, and I remember seeing a whole bunch of models, and I just fell in love with them, absolutely fell in love with them. And I distinctly remember being at my grandmother's house and not being able to sleep that night because I had this amazing idea for a diorama, and I'm going to show you that diorama now. I'm going to knock the lamp first, and then I'll show you the diorama. So yeah, this was my cool idea for a diorama. It was going to be a landing strip, there was going to be a 1/32nd Spitfire, and there were going to be 1/35th scale German bad guys attacking. And you know, this guy here, we'll give him full points for bravery. He gets the Iron Cross because he's standing in front of a propeller. It's a pretty shit idea for a diorama now, if I'm being honest. But at the time, I was like, oh, that's fascinating. Absolutely the best thing ever. You know, parallel to the base, I hadn't seen amazing work like Verlinden or Shep Payne at that stage. And to me, that was one sweet diorama. Yeah, and that was my first moment where I absolutely fell in love with modelling. I also still have, and I still love it to this day, a 1986 Tamiya catalogue. And I'm going to go through some of these pages and show you. So I've had this for 31 years, which freaks me out, quite frankly, that I've had it for so long. And there, down the bottom corner, fairly dog-eared, you can see the German 88mm gun. And yeah, why has it taken me this long to buy something that I loved on the cover? So you guys know me, I'm very much a military model maker, military models and dioramas. I don't really go for motorbikes or ship models very much. A little bit of aircraft, mainly 1/32nd, so there were a couple in here that I was tempted by, but mostly it was jets at this stage. But I'm going to go through and show you some of the highlights from this book, and just some of the stuff that has really changed in the last 30 odd years. So as you can see, it's pretty ratty. It's had a hard life, this catalogue, but I've loved it for 30 odd years. Yeah, motorcycles, I'm going to skip pretty fast, but at the time, you know, these were so much better than any other models you could find out there. It was just amazing. I do distinctly remember being blown away by the detail on these. Cars, racing, loved them. Try and stop knocking the camera there. In particular, there was a John Player Special Lotus that I built, and oh man, I put so much time and effort into that, and I don't know where it ended up, destroyed somewhere I think, but it was a cool car. Yeah, dioramas, cool. Blah blah blah, motorbikes, cars, I'm not going to bore you with that. So, here's our 1/35th scale military miniature series, and I read over this so many times, so many times. So I love that they gave a bit of history on each item. That's really cool. Into their bigger 1/16th scale remote control tanks. Loved the idea, never built one. Some camouflage painting. So I love how totally, at the time, this was completely groundbreaking, new machines, and now these are 2 or 3 generations old, totally outdated. But here's where it gets amazing. I'm just going to change up my camera angle here, guys. Okay, I hope this is okay to you. Yeah, this is where it gets amazing to me. So, there's some stuff here, such as the German 88mm gun, and it looks so cool. And all of this stuff just captured my imagination when I was a kid, and you know, it still kind of does. There are a few models in here that I've built, quite a few models in here that I've built over the years, and the thing I love is if you go to the Tamiya website today, you'll still see these exact same photos for these exact same products 30 odd years later. That freaks me out, and it's cool. I love it. Every single one of these I wanted. I've built a few of them over the years, and you know, there's still some. I've got that in my stash to be built. I want to build that again. There's so many things that I just, you know, I've got that in my stash to build. I believe I have that in my stash to build. There's so many things that I want to build again. And I'm still a Tamiya fanboy. And I love it. This is what captured my heart to modelling back in the 80s. These, high-tech, brand new American war machines. And now they seem so dated. But here's where it gets really good. So Tamiya included some dioramas, and my God, I just wanted to make every one of these. These are just the best in the world. And you look at them now, and they're so dated. They're so dated. Look at that building down the bottom there. It's so dated. And one thing that particularly caught my attention when I looked at these is like the weathering is so nothing special compared to what happens these days. So hard pressed to find any paint chipping on any of these. Zoom in a bit closer and get some focus. So yeah, hard pressed to find any chipping on these. Like that's a Soviet tank at the end of the war, and it's looking pretty pristine. There's a Tiger, pristine, factory fresh. There's no chipping, there's very little damage, and I guess that, it's just a sign of how far this hobby has come, and it reminds me of how much I love where we're at now. 1/35th scale tanks, love them all. Into the big boys here, the 1/16th guys over on the right here. And then, yeah, a couple more dioramas just to whet your appetite again. I believe this is actually a 1/16th diorama, so imagine the size of that. But that's nothing, you ain't seen nothing yet. When we're talking size for dioramas, this, I want this still. I want to make this still. This diorama by a gentleman called Mark Linkovitz, and yeah, I have always, ever since I saw this, I've wanted to build a bridge diorama. And it's just the the German retreat in Russia, and just stunning. Beautiful detail, amazing for the time. That scratch-built bridge, it's just incredible. And this one is actually one, let's get rid of that flare. This is actually one where I think it holds up to contemporary standards fairly well. If you saw that today, it would pass. It would definitely be considered a very, very impressive diorama today. And I love the size of this bad boy. So this thing, it's got to be what? Half the size of a door? It's massive. That's got to be 3 foot long, 1 meter long, for sure. It still inspires me. I won't bore you with all the details. Remote control cars. I had the Frog when I was growing up. I'll find a picture of that. I got it for Christmas one year, and it was just the bee's knees. Blah, blah, blah. Ship models, 1/32nd scale jets, some freaky dinosaurs and science kits. I built the Missouri way, way back. Yeah, I'm going pretty fast here, but this isn't quite my forte. I always wanted to build all of these, but they were 1/48 scale, and so, yeah, it's not my thing. But yeah, so Japanese heavy, which is, I guess, to be understood, considering it's a Japanese company. The Jack, the Raiden, always loved that. It's a cool machine. Yeah. Where are we? There's the Frog. Alright. So that, whoa! That was the remote control car that I had. I loved it. Yeah, look, I hope this goes some part of the way to explaining why I'm such a Tamiya fanboy. I love that their colours are still pretty much treated the same. It's incredible. Just incredible. And then we've got a picture of mould and the back cover. Let's get some focus again. And yeah, King Tiger. I've got a King Tiger. You've seen it before in a video. It's a test bed. It's beaten up to hell. So that's where I came from. I just, I credit Tamiya and about their early 80s stuff for totally capturing my heart for modelling. And I guess my point of my video is I wanted to know where you guys got hooked. I get a lot of you guys contacting me saying that you're getting back into the hobby after an absence of some decades, and I think that's fascinating. So I want to know what hooked you early on. Please I'd love to get a discussion kicking on in the comments below. It's a fascinating topic, and I want to know how you guys also got warped into enjoying making little tiny toy models of things as grown adults. So yeah, do please let me know. I'm tremendously interested to find out. I've shared my weird, dirty little secrets with you, and I hope you guys are willing to share with me what hooked you. So I look forward to reading all the answers below. That's the cause of my problem in life, and I still love it, and there's much, much worse things to be hooked on. And yeah, a small way, a very small way, thanks to Mia, because I still love you. Alright guys, chime in below. I'm really genuinely interested to hear, and I'll catch you next time on Dave's Model Workshop.